What if spies created their own language to keep secrets? I'm not just talking like a cipher, I'm talking new words and grammar and stuff. Well, this sort of happened in World War II, except instead of creating a language, they used a pre-existing language that was virtually unknown outside of its native community. This language was the Navajo language, and it was used to create a code that was never broken. The US military recruited Navajo speakers because at the time, there was basically no resources for Axis powers to learn the language. Also, it's not like the code talkers were just speaking everyday Navajo, they added multiple layers of coding on top of that. So for instance, they take an English sentence and then translate certain military words and then also spell out other words. But the translations and spellings would have been really hard to figure out even if you knew Navajo. For instance, words like tank might get translated into Navajo as something like turtle or like iron fish for submarine. And then for spelling, they'd use Navajo words to spell words out, but then the letters would actually come from the English translations of those words. So they might say the Navajo word for sun, and then this would become the Latin letter S. But they wouldn't have to use the word for sun because there's plenty of other English words that start with S as well. But in Navajo, these S words might not have any connection at all. So they could easily switch things up just to keep people from catching on. On top of that, the language itself is just so different from a lot of European languages. It's a tonal language, meaning that changing the pitch of your voice can change the meaning of words, and it's also an agglutinative language, meaning that it has really long words that are equivalent to like entire sentences in English. And this system works really well, basically becoming one of the only unbroken codes in World War II.